Hello and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, remember to hit that subscribe button, and thank you to everybody who hits that like button. It supports the channel, it helps it to grow, puts it in the algorithm so that we can get this information out and share it more and more and grow the collective and help the collective transform. I'm on here now today. I've jumped on again through a request about talking about divine masculine energy. Was requested by a divine masculine. All right. So let's talk about that. It's going to be an aspect of the divine masculine awakening, one aspect, and an issue around codependence and understanding that. We all have masculine and feminine energy. Think of it as your physical, your doing, your drive, your force energy, okay? It's a yang energy. We all have it, but let's sort of speak about masculine energy, because I've had a number of them coming in and we've been having this come through for them. So a lot of the divine masculines, or masculine within the feminine, has been awakening in the last, I'll just round it off to about 18 months. It was June 2020, 2021, somewhere around there, that the divine masculine started awakening. Divine feminine has been awakening for a lot longer. That's our emotions, that's our being, that's our spiritual, that's our intuition, that's our connection. Now it's time to put the divine masculine energy into action, the doing, backing up what you're saying, stepping up, stepping in, stepping through, facing, solving. Okay, action time. The feminine energy is all about being, spirituality, okay? Intuition, when I mean spirituality, sorry, correction. Intuition, you know, the meditating, the being energy. Now it's to put into action, okay? So think of it like that. I've only got a short amount of time. I can't go into too much depth about everything. The divine masculine energy has been going through an awakening of, you know, what are my needs being fulfilled? What am I not doing that I need to be doing? Whether it's a career, personal time, relationships, all aspects, okay? So a lot of the divine masculines have had an awakening where they're unfulfilled, unhappy, sacrificial, where they're not getting to fulfill their needs, where they're not getting to fulfill. And these are the feminines as well. Where haven't I got the time to do this? Where have I not, what is not in alignment? What is out of alignment? Why, like when we're in robot mode and we're just doing it through programming. We're just doing it because that's what I've always done. That's how I make money. That's how I provide. That's how I do. That's how I be in a relationship. That's my role in relationships, masculine or feminine. All right? And there's been a big awakening about where that is out of alignment, unfulfilling, awakening to a lot of divine masculines. I get the evidence. I have the evidence. Walk in the door as clients. Why am I here? What is this job? What am I getting out of it? They have begun to become more in touch with that feminine energy that has been evolving for a while. Now they're taking action in it. And the physical action and the reality has kicked in, because it's masculine energy, yang, physical doing, being is also about our reality and where that's out of balance, okay? So let's use an example. If you're in a relationship, we're codependent to relationships, jobs, careers, habits, toxicities, it can go on and on and on. All right, you get the drift. So here's the thing. A lot of us, everyone pretty much, is looking for equal. I want an equal partner. I want a divine partner. I want to align to my divine partner. Therefore, my divine partnerships, my divine connections, my divine lover, and on it goes. So to get that, sorry, I'm trying to stay really focused, guys. I've been reading all day. To stay connected, and people are asking for that. They're awakening to that. Their soul wants it, their heart wants it, their higher self, their alignment wants to step in to their full potential because of the Aquarian age It also wants to align to an equal partnership, not codependent. Okay, got it? We all want it, masculine and feminine. Where's my equal partner? Where will I have an equal relationship where all needs, both sides are fulfilled? Basically, that's it in a nutshell. So the divine masculines, who are generally, even females can be masculine, the providers, you know, the working, the doing, the providing. Let's the physical aspect, the reality aspect of life, the day-to-day. Let's use it in that aspect to keep it simple. They've also made decisions. See, taking action is making a decision, a final decision. How they see their future, what's imbalanced, where they're going, what their unfairness, injustice, unequal give and take, whatever. So they've made their decision. The masculines, feminine or masculine, male or female, have made their decision within themselves. They're very clear where they're happy and where they're not happy, what feels fake or real or right or not so right. And anywhere that this, and then we have the Aquarian awakening, expansion, freedom, where they're not feeling free. Okay? So they want the higher divine union, path, life. That's great. Within that comes a lot of work, a lot of alignment, and a lot of higher vibrational programs, frequencies, and alignments. So here's where the issue came up today. This person is looking for or wanting an equal partnership. So they're moving away from very codependent relationships because that creates imbalance. All right? But when you want a higher divine partnership, they don't need you, they want you. And a lot of issues with the masculines, it also happens with feminines, but let's use masculines. A lot of masculines want an equal partnership of give and take, reality, daily life, physical or emotional or spiritual now. Okay? Their programming has been very sacrificial. Men need to be needed. It's a program. But when you align to a higher divine partner, you're not needed, you're wanted. So the masculines, let's use this as an example. The masculines want real, equal, let's call it an independent female. Just in this instance, it can be reverse roles. They want an independent connection, okay? Someone who can hold their own, who's their equal, who's their match on their right path, balancing out energy, equal give and take, equal providing, equal. Let's use it like that. But when they get it, their programming starts to get uncomfortable with that because their programming says you need to be needed here, which is a codependency. So then they've got this equal divine match, feminine or masculine, but then their programming, particularly masculines, don't feel needed. So there's a lot of adjustment to be happening here and reprogramming. So I hope I've explained that right, because I have had a long day. So here it is. If you want a higher divine equal alignment to your whole life, partnerships, relationships, whatever it is, love, connection, journey, it's not codependent. It's independent but interdependent. Okay? The programs around you feeling whole and needed have to be changed. You have to feel comfortable in the opposite. And let me explain another thing from the divine feminine aspect for masculines. reverse the roles. All right? Don't come at me. These higher divine feminines, let's say the feminine, let's use that don't need you, they want you, which is an equal relationship, partnership. Sorry, I'm struggling with my words. They still want their partner, masculine or feminine, to come in and do things. They do need you, but they're not needy of you. There's a big difference. They still want the help, the support, the you to be there doing, but they don't need it. There's a huge difference, and that's what codependency is on a low vibration and a high vibration. So if you want a high vibrational relationship, not lesson free, we always grow, but out of the karmic toxicity. Stop going into needy, need-based, codependent relationships where you feel good because of your programming, because you feel needed. You're still needed in a higher vibrational relationship. But it's, I want you and I need you here as an equal partner. And this is where people have got it wrong, because the masculines, let's say hypothetically, come in, they go, she doesn't need me or he doesn't need me. They do need you, 100%, but they want you. It's very different. But the programming around masculines, which is part of the awakening, is to get out of this codependence. I need to be needed to be in a relationship. They get into codependency, which blocks their growth. There's no freedom. They end up being restricted, unhappy. Then they realize they're not happy, they're not growing, and their needs are not being fulfilled. Now that's masculine and feminine. All right? I'm just trying to separate it. I hope I'm explaining this right. So that's one aspect. The other aspect I brought up with this particular person was when we're in a codependent relationship and they need us, there is a very, very, very fine line between where you are enabling it So it's all good to say that they're needy, that they need your help, that they are dependent on you, and there's the ego side that makes you feel important and all of that. But you're also a part of, are you enabling them not to grow? So where are you enabling codependence? So there's a few different ways we can look at this, and there's a few different aspects around it to look at. And we do that with our children. Where do we enable our children? Or where do we say, okay, it's time to grow, it's time to evolve, it's time for you to learn this on your own, or step up, or heal, or grow, or contribute, or balance it out. And what we're moving to, what freedom means in relationship is both energies are supported. Both energies will go through times of care or need or help or support, but it's got to be balanced. You can't have a codependency where one's doing more than the other, or one supports more than the other, or one's more sacrificial than the other, or one's more in their masculine and one's more in their feminine. You know, it's coming into a time, let's call it an evolutionary time, where that has to be very balanced. And relationships now, particularly if you want a higher divine relationship and equalness, where it's wanted, not needed, but they still want you to come in, and that you are needed, but in a different way, not a codependency way. You're coming in, they need you to be there to do certain things, or nurture or love or protect, and vice versa. So it's really there to help each other grow, each other expand, but also fulfill each other's needs, which is the freedom that has been missing within relationships, connections, even in jobs, in careers. Everyone wants freedom. Everyone wants to work from home. generally, so to speak, hypothetically. Everybody is looking to work where they can be freer, not so codependent to connections. That's what the quantum Aquarian age is all about within this aspect of expanding the divine masculine and codependency, freedom versus control. Codependency, so we have codependent and interdependent and independence, okay? So next time you want to talk about having an equal partnership, a higher divine partnership, a lot of your programs around neediness and needing you to be there and feeling needed to be there has to be evolved. An independent person doesn't mean they do not want someone there. It doesn't mean they can do it all themselves. They can, but they don't want that. I can guarantee every single independent person or, let's call it strong independent person, whatever it is, they're not in neediness, codependency. They're in need of interdependent partnership to help grow and support, which has freedom within it. And that's where the difference is. And that's where I'm hearing a lot of the divine masculine energy is in conflict with. And their programming, their deep programming is in conflict because they have been programmed to only feel loved or accepted or have a role when they're needed. We all want to be needed. And that can come in a codependent relationship and an interdependent relationship. Interdependence, two independent people coming together. Very different vibrations. They still all have the same wants and needs, but on a lower toxicity where one's in sacrificial and one's not, or one ends up one day waking up going, my needs are not being met. I don't feel in alignment. I've checked out. I'm just doing the physical, and will create imbalance of the feminine and vice versa. So we have to evolve in every aspect, and we have to stop and we have to actually ask ourselves, where do I enable this codependency if it's in a lower toxic vibration where you are being blocked, feel trapped, not fulfilling your needs in a balanced way. Everything I am speaking about has to be in a balanced way. And I'm talking about when you work within relationships, okay? And we must evolve, and as we evolve, as friendships, relationships, even in our careers, you have to keep evolving. If a partnership does not keep you evolving, at some point the universe will come in and step in and remove it or create issues. And if one of the partners cannot evolve or grow, we have problems in relationships, no matter what relationship. Soulmate, karmic, twin, you name it, whatever you want to label it. Divine union, divine life partner, there's many aspects. So I hope I've kind of explained that. Let's get some validation while we've got some time on the clock, because as I said, that was a request. So a lot of reprogramming happening now for the divine masculines and the divine masculine within the feminine, okay? And that's just, trust me, one little issue, but codependency is a big theme right now, and people seem to be weighing it up or looking at the imbalance. But as I said, we have these programs that are telling us, no, this is how you're needed. This is how love is. This is how this works. And when we get in it, sometimes we can be very threatened by independence or an equal partner or a higher divine partner. It can feel very threatening because it's real. You have to step up. It's equal. It's need-based on a different level. All right. It's mature. It's wise. It's mastery. It's where you can have freedom with commitment within a committed, stable relationship where you can grow to your full potential. Or you can have lower vibrational, codependent relationships that will, I'm just going to say it, hold you back. Or one day you'll wake up and realize I'm not getting the things done that I need or feel I am fulfilled in or achieving the goals that I want to achieve. And that's how you know. And that can be family, friends, lovers, partnerships, groups, careers. All right, let's get a message for Spirit about this information and about the divine masculine. What do we need to know? Taking action, the King of Wands, the masculine. Being forthright, stepping up, taking action, doing. This is a warrior. The warrior energy, very fast out of nowhere, okay? But communication, moving on. Told you, moving on. I have seen this coming out in the divine masculine energy. The divine masculines that are walking through my door, but I'm hearing a lot of the divine masculine within the feminines are also going through this, okay? See, they've been thinking about it. Thinking about it. Which direction do I take? What's it? Can't make this up. The Emperor. Final decision. Taking action. Taking order. This is, I look at the Emperor as running a kingdom. Emperor, Empress, running a kingdom. Making decisions based on the good of all. Not in a sacrificial code. The Emperor's not codependent on all the people in the kingdom. He does have to kind of, sit in his tower, make decisions for the good of all, but also get his needs tended to, he, she. Yeah, because there you go, abundance, flow. An emperor makes decisions based on, yes, these spiritual receiving. Feeling connected. What am I connected to? Where do I feel connected? Where do I feel balanced? Where am I feeling a spiritual connection here? Spiritual growth. That is spiritual growth. Receiving love, connecting with love, spiritual, and where do I feel abundant? Where do I feel flow? Where do I feel I can grow? I heard. Expansion, moving forward, wanting to receive that, and a final sword of truth. So the sword of truth, this is divine masculine energy, male or female. I have to keep saying that because I'll get abusive comments. Male or female, the sword of truth. This all male except one out here, and that is about connecting to divine female energy, where I feel fulfilled, where I feel spiritually connected, what spiritually connects me, where do I feel this flow, where I'm making a final decision. An emperor has to fulfill, an emperor and an empress have to fulfill in a very healthy way their needs and desires to continue to run an empire, to continue to run a village, a town, and I'm only using that symbolically with the cards. They rule, they order, they take care of everybody. Okay, and they have to take care of themselves as well. It has to be equal. Who works with me? The Emperor and the King of Wands and the King of Swords says, who works with me? It's also, we're talking about masculine energy that is very loyal, dependable, works hard, steadfast, stable, right? And they're looking for someone who can match that, but give them the freedom to build an empire. Just you think of an emperor and an empress in an empire, in a company, or in the tarot, in the castle, running a kingdom. They work together. They're equally powerful. They support each other's strengths and weaknesses. They're very committed. They're very united front. And the emperor or the king lets the empress do what she needs to do, and vice versa. It's not codependence there. They're two very equally powerful people. And that's why back in the day, back in the old day, if the emperor and empress fell out, the emperor or the king would have the queen sometimes beheaded, because she was just as powerful. She was just as equal. You know, you don't go to war. Emperors and empresses cannot go to war. They must work together. Okay? And they can make the most progress together within each other. And that's their role, to uphold each other's role. Karmic. Decisions. Making decision times right now. There's big karmic decisions coming up. Yep, overwhelming emotions, heart alignment. This is what the divine masculine's coming into right now. Overwhelming energy, overwhelming emotional or absolute alignment. They're getting their information. They're not moving forward right now, but they're thinking about where they're heading. The divine masculines are still in not moving forward energy, but they are thinking about moving forward after this transformation. And look at the passion coming through. That is charging forward, full steam ahead. So once they know, they're going to know. It's going to be very clear sort of truth. Manifesting a new beginning. It is, see, very triggering for them, because they're manifesting this next level, this next evolution, this next equal higher divine union, higher divine partnership, higher divine path. And you know what's going to be challenged? All of their subconscious beliefs. That's just validation of what I picked up earlier. Their beliefs to, you have to be needed and independent. Let's say women get a lot, not stereotyping, just as an example, she's too independent, she doesn't need me. Absolutely she needs you, but not in a needy, codependent. She's going to hold you equally. It's a big difference. Still need you, if that's what you need to hear. It's just a different program around being needed. And one's more ego-based and the other one's more stepping into your more mature, evolved, mastered masculine energy. Any mastered masculine energy does not fear or feel intimidated or I should cancel that. I should say does not fear, doesn't get into power trips with women. And vice versa, by the way. World card, reset energy. Feel like this could upset a few people, but trigger warning, this is coming in across the energetic frequency. So you're going to be hit with it at some time. Yep, look at that. Absolute burnout, reviewing everything, their pros and cons. They cannot keep going as they are going. They're very defensive at the moment, and they want to be in an equal relationship. I heal you, you heal me, together we're abundant. This is very equal. It's faith, it's loyalty, it's equal. Even where they're hugging in the back is an equal hug. An equal exchange of power. I had someone message me, and this is true, so I'm going to, it was on one of my social media platforms, and I put up something about when a man loves a woman, when a woman loves a man, and someone said, and when a woman loves a woman, it's an equal energy exchange. Exactly. And I don't care whether you're a woman, man, masculine, feminine, masculine, I really don't care. I'm talking about the energy, not the people, not the genders. I'm talking about the energy. But you're right. You're exactly right. See the equalness. I don't care if you're woman, man, masculine, feminine. Equal energy exchange. If you want to go into a higher vibration relationship, timeline, union, it's not codependent. There's need, but not neediness. There's equalness. See? Where it's unequal, unbalanced. What's going to happen with that? Justice, balance. Can't make it up. Imbalance, balance. Justice, the scales. Imbalance or unbalanced energy. Now, if you want to look at this spiritually within your own spiritual energy, where is your masculine and feminine unbalanced? I know when I have stepped into my masculine energy, and I know when I've stepped into my feminine energy. I'm very aware of it. And that can change around people, places, and situations. Okay? So where the divine masculine energy, whether that's male or female, wants to put their offers, their love, their intentions, their focus into something they love, someone they love, a desire, a pathway, wherever that offer is, you are going to have success here. But you remember, you have choices between your higher, lower self, higher, lower path, higher, lower journey. And that's what we're talking about here today. Codependency or interdependency. Interdependent. Dependent people who are You get what I mean? I'm getting tired. It's the end of the day. Get cranky at the end of the day. Yes, human. I'm human. We've got the king of, okay, now, Spirit said I can nearly wrap this up. See, the King of Wands was the first card out. Now we've got the Queen of Wands. So there's the masculine and feminine divine energy, divine counterparts, divine counterparts, divine match, okay? The first one out and the last one out. Emotional balance, emotional mastery. Equal, he's balancing on water. His emotions are balancing on water on this Queen of Wands. And the first card out was the King of Wands. So I love it when you do that, and here we go, high divine union, success. So I feel like this message might help you understand high divine unions, high divine partnerships, programming around that masculine and feminine. These are both warriors, fighters, fight for adversity, face adversity, I should say, up for the challenge, up for the making change. These are the pioneers, the venturers. They're out on the battlefield. They will follow through and push through. This is very masculine energy. It's fire energy. With the King of Cups, emotion, where I'm emotionally connected, spiritually connected, but also balanced, where I feel emotionally balanced within myself and therefore within my connection. See? The next evolution of your natural cycle into your future of you, energetically, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It's happening. So where we were out of balance over here and having to review everything in our emotional energy, it could be overwhelming here, burnt out, had enough, can't work it out, all this karma that's hitting me and karmic choices that I'm being made to make now in my transformation. Look at the evolution. It's a natural cycle in your emotions, in balancing them out. In all relationships, even with yourself. Wish fulfillment. What's my wish fulfillment? You're reviewing it. I cannot make this up. And these are the cards that actually came out earlier, which is so, how's that? As we're talking about this again. Wish fulfillment, reviewing this long-term security, stability, what I'm going to put work in, where I need to put work in now, what is my wish fulfillment, what is my happiness, what is my 10 of cups, where do I find peace, where do I grow, where does this person equally grow with me, okay? And here we have the Tower card. The universe stepping in, changing a foundation. These people are being thrown out of the tower by the lightning, struck by the universe to throw them out, saying the foundation you are currently in, working from, your belief systems are from, within your masculinity within, or the programming around that, being needed, codependency, all of those are being about to have a tower, and you will review everything. Going on the new path, taking the leap of faith, going into the unknown, ready to go on a new adventure, ready to do it different, ready to go into the unknown that I haven't done or been on before. Star card, wish fulfillment. You have manifested this. This has been an upgrade. This is Aquarian energy, quantum energy. It's about manifestation. The star also illuminates. It's a very powerful energy. It's a higher vibrational frequency energy. Putting the past behind you here, and there's a cup missing. Feeling a pull, feeling a spiritual pull. There's something else. There's something missing. There's something I need to fulfill in me. Looking at my options. This is not doing, it is a bit in fantasy world. It is about thinking or exploring or looking at my options. Yep, third parties. Overwhelmed, up in my head, thinking it out, a choice of direction, then releasing the burden. So that's what they're going through. The divine masculines. Hurt, pain, old wounds, old suffering, old stuck, old programming, old defeatism, old ways of doing. You are releasing that burden, and the new beginnings coming in, set up by spirit. Victory, you will be victorious, and you will close out a 10 of Swords cycle. That's what the Tower's about. You can no longer stay in this cycle. Codependency, need-based, whatever it is. Whether it's your job, career, relationship, partnership, whatever. This codependency, you've learned all you needed to learn here. It is closing out, end over. These are higher divine energy stepping in. A major arcana, Hanged Man. You're in it. Death and rebirth. Trust your intuition. Fated wheel of change. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to run out of time. And where you're offering any deceit or deception, you're sitting with that, you're ready to rip off the blindfold. The universe stepped in, took you in deeper, much deeper into the hermit, into your soul. You might have had to go inward or will be forced inward. It was forced by the universe, a final divine order, a higher contract, and you're reviewing your abundance, security, stability, and where you will be able to grow and build, where you'll be able to flourish, where you put in the work and that will be abundant for you. We have the Empress out on the table, creating new cycles, or Empress and Emperor energy stepping into that in the divine masculine awakening and balancing that up. All right, guys, I've got to wrap it up. I've run out of time. I hope I've explained this well. As I said, it was requested that I put this information up because it would help, and it was requested by a couple of my clients. So I hope I've explained it well enough for you. It's only to guide you. Take what resonates, what doesn't. If you don't agree, you don't agree. That's okay. All right. If you do, hit the thumbs up, support the channel. Thank you so much. Okay, take care.